Hi everybody, Bill here. Today I'm going to show you how I built this retaining wall using my 2038 so I could extend my new garage further.
Welcome to Bill Burkhart's Adventures in Iowa.
Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy days, everybody. I know you're all busy. But I want to show you how I did this retaining wall and the blocks I used, where I found them. And, I really thought this was a terrific product and I wanted to share it with you. So the first thing I wanted to do was make a level spot for the walls to go up. Sometimes I've built walls with crushed stone underneath them. But in this case, I decided I was going to pour a footing because of the amount of rock it's going to hold. And I've poured walls on footings before and they just don't move when you get it established right. So here's the concrete truck arrived. I skipped the part where I built the footings, but you'll see them here in a minute. I built them wider than the base of the new block, and I put a double row of re-rod in there. It's about 9 inches thick, and this should really, since it's on a bank, it should sit in there very well and secure. So this load was coming from another project because it was a short load. All I needed was 1.25 yards. So I took it and I discovered real quick, boy, it's setting up and it's dry. Probably shouldn't have took it, but they were willing to deliver just a little over 1 yard, so that was worth it. So I got to get hustling, and I haven't poured concrete in a long time. So I'm realizing here I'm alone. It's setting up fast. Man, I got to get moving. So while it wasn't the most pretty footing I've ever made, I was able to get the concrete down in there and get it all installed the way I wanted. Here's the new blocks I told you about. I'm going to put a link down below if you're interested. If you're in eastern Iowa or northwest or western Illinois, that's where this person is located. These blocks are just a little over 500 pounds. They come with wires on the top and bottom so you can load them. You can see the lip there. And they weigh just over 500 pounds, so that allows me to move them with my 2038 and not have to require to run another piece of equipment. Here's the footing I was telling you about. Now I changed my mind and I'm going to butt it up against that brown wall, the wall that was there for quite a while. I was going to start, well, you'll see a red line on the footing. That's where my first stone was going to be. But it's going to be moved over against that wall, and I'm going to mend it together. I took a lot of time to make sure that that footing was level, but backwards, it's about a half a bubble off. It's only 2 rows, so the stones are going to tilt back as I go up, and that's been a good practice for me. You can see how I built this extended boom on the tractor there, 2x4s, lag bolts, and a chain. I saw that idea from the fellow that I bought the stones from, so this worked very well. They're cinched down very tight, and I'm not worried about them coming off. So I'm going to clean out the gravel and slide that first block over there. That's a geogrid in there that looks like a mesh, and that helps hold those walls back. Since I'm only going up 2 rows and these are rather large stones, I didn't install a geo mesh on this project, but I did leave that little bit in place and tied it into my wall. Once I got a level start there and I was happy with it, then it was time to start setting the new stones. So using the homemade extended lift there, boom, it came out right where I wanted. It was very good. Looking at the video, I wish my wife would have wore a hard hat. You can see where my concrete ends. See the red line on the footing? It's in the shade right now. That's where I was going to put the first one. And so I didn't take care in really leveling that area that I'm setting on now, and I'm going to show you the consequences of that here in a minute. My goal was to bring the front lip of that stone to the front of my footing because I know it's very straight and it's a good straight reference mark for me to work off of. Now that first stone didn't set exactly level left to right, so we're going to use some shims here to make things work out, and I think that's where we're both thinking what's going on here. So as we set them in here, we're gonna learn together, and I'll show you what I did. So I checked the level and it was high on the first stone, low on the second. Now that's going to carry through my whole first row. So I got some plastic real thick 1/4-inch shims, put those down, and then I set the stone on that. And as we went along, it leveled up perfectly. So I was very happy with that. So you gotta get some communication between you and your helper. I'm trying to look underneath the loader arms, and the tractor's running, so I can't quite hear all the time. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the entire wall, but here's the second row going on. This person sells half blocks, and so I'm going to start the second row right now. And since everything's level on the first row, it went in pretty good. So let me show you one more original slab on the first run. You know, communication's real important between you and the person here. Now my wife's standing on a sloping hill. That's not helping anything here easy. And try as much as you can to control the lever and the drop. Sometimes it just drops down. So she's being very careful to keep her fingers out of there. Again, I still wish you would have wore a hard hat. And I'd recommend that to you if you do that and you've got forks near your head. Okay, take a look at this. Here we go. We're well on our way. So it's time now to put in some 1-inch clean gravel. The clean gravel has always been good to me. Water just doesn't hold in there, drains out. I'm not putting a drain tile in this time because of the building, where it's going to be, and there's not going to be a lot of water in that area. So I'm not concerned about it. And there's only 2 blocks. They're stacked up. They're a little over 1,000 pounds each. So I'm comfortable doing it this way. Now keep watching. I leave my mistakes in here so you can learn from them. So here I am positioning myself in to throw this 1-inch gravel in. Probably in too doggone big a hurry. And watch what happens. Yeah, forgot to pin the bucket. God, you know, I was in too big a hurry, and that's how accidents happen, right? So be sure and check that. And slow down a little bit. All right, so couldn't get away from some manual labor here. Taking the shovel and going to fill those voids with that. And then I'm going to bring in more 1-inch clean gravel here. So it's as secure as I can make it. All right, so I'm going to bring a little more 1-inch clean in here. Maybe it's going to be a little easier for us to work around. And I brought in some other video. I'm going to show you setting a few more blocks so you can review that again if you decide to go this way. I don't regret making that extended boom with the 2x. That worked really well. You can see where the front of the tractor is and where the block is. So it extended me out there real nice. I didn't have to get downhill or anything. I like that. And it worked pretty good. And again, I like the way he made these blocks. They kind of notch together, but there's an angle. See the angle on the sides? That will allow you to turn that wall as you would like. In this case, I'm going to come along straight and then turn on my last two blocks. I ran short of blocks, so I had to go down and get a couple more. No big deal. They've got a great pizza place there, so you know it all turned out quite well. So continue to level things up, and don't be afraid to bend over and give her the old mule kick. Get a crowbar out, pry it, kick it. They move easily, but they're pretty thick and heavy too. Here it is done. I like the way the joints are all staggered. See, I'm at the left side there. I'm missing a couple, so I'll go get those. Continuing to put the 1-inch fill in there, the 1-inch clean rock. Now I'm going to start moving some of that clay in on the base part, and then we'll continue with the gravel. So back and forth a few times, got my stone in there like I wanted it, and here's the finished product. Really like it. It's level. It's tilting back a little bit like I like it. Very happy with this project. And if you see that orange cone way over at the top of your screen, that's the rear of the new shop. Hey, it's concrete time. You're not going to want to miss the next video. We're going to have about 10 trucks in here to pour the concrete, and I think you're going to enjoy seeing that, how we did it. I've got a very tight area to get into, and I think you'll enjoy seeing how we brought in a pump truck, and the cement trucks have to go in a certain way and back up at a certain way. This young man, he ran back and forth and up and down the driveway all day, so it was a fun day for me. I feel bad for people that don't get to work around equipment like this. Just love the sound of a cement mixer and a pump truck, and it's all good, isn't it? It sure is good. Stay in touch, everybody. We'll talk to you real soon. So long.